Summary and review of Philippe Legrain's Immigrants, Your Country Needs Them. Introduction. Immigrants, Your Country Needs Them by Philippe Legrain is a compelling and well-researched defense of immigration, challenging many of the common misconceptions and fears surrounding the topic. Published in 2007, the book argues that immigrants are not only beneficial but essential for the economic and social well-being of countries, particularly in the developed world. Legrain, an economist and former advisor to the World Trade Organization, uses a combination of economic analysis, personal narratives, and case studies to make a persuasive case for more open immigration policies. The global context of immigration. Legrain begins by setting the global context, explaining how immigration has become a contentious issue in many countries. The book was written at a time when debates over immigration were intensifying in Europe and the United States, driven by concerns over cultural integration, economic competition, and national security. Legrain argues that these debates often overlook the positive contributions of immigrants and are based on myths rather than facts. He highlights the historical role of migration in human development, noting that migration is as old as humanity itself. Throughout history, people have moved across borders in search of better opportunities, and this movement has often driven economic growth, cultural exchange, and innovation. Legrain contends that in the age of globalization, immigration is not only inevitable but also beneficial for both sending and receiving countries. Economic contributions of immigrants. One of the central arguments of the book is that immigrants make significant economic contributions to their host countries. Legrain systematically dismantles the notion that immigrants take jobs from native workers or depress wages. Instead, he argues that immigrants often fill labor shortages, particularly in sectors where there are not enough native workers willing to take on certain jobs, such as agriculture, construction, and care services. Legrain provides evidence that immigrants complement rather than compete with native workers. They often bring different skills, experiences, and perspectives that enhance the productivity and innovation of the workforce. Moreover, immigrants tend to be more entrepreneurial, starting businesses at higher rates than native-born citizens. This entrepreneurial spirit contributes to job creation and economic dynamism. The book also discusses the fiscal impact of immigration, addressing the concern that immigrants are a drain on public resources. Legrain presents data showing that immigrants, particularly those who are younger and in their working years, contribute more in taxes than they consume in public services. This is particularly important in aging societies, where the native population is shrinking, and there is a growing need for younger workers to support the economy and public services such as pensions and healthcare. Cultural and social integration. Legrain addresses the fears that immigrants threaten social cohesion and cultural identity. He argues that these concerns are often exaggerated and based on a misunderstanding of how cultures evolve. Rather than undermining national identity, Legrain suggests that immigration enriches cultural life by bringing new ideas, traditions, and perspectives. The book acknowledges the challenges of integration, including language barriers and cultural differences, but it emphasizes that these challenges can be overcome with the right policies and attitudes. Legrain advocates for policies that promote social inclusion and integration, such as language education, anti-discrimination measures, and efforts to encourage interaction between immigrants and native citizens. Legrain also critiques the concept of multiculturalism, as it is often practiced in some countries, where different cultural groups are encouraged to live separately rather than integrate into the broader society. He argues that integration should be a two-way process, where both immigrants and the host society make efforts to understand and adapt to each other. Immigration and globalization. The book places immigration within the broader context of globalization, arguing that the movement of people is a natural counterpart to the movement of goods, services, and capital. Legrain points out the inconsistency in advocating for free trade and open markets while resisting the free movement of people. He suggests that more open immigration policies would allow countries to fully realize the benefits of globalization. Legrain also addresses the role of immigration in development. He argues that migration can be a powerful tool for reducing global poverty and inequality, as remittances sent by immigrants to their home countries often provide a vital source of income for families and communities. Moreover, the skills, knowledge, and experiences that immigrants gain abroad can contribute to the development of their home countries if they return or maintain ties. Policy recommendations. In the final sections of the book, Legrain offers policy recommendations for managing immigration in a way that maximizes its benefits while addressing legitimate concerns. He advocates for a more open and flexible immigration system that allows for the legal and orderly movement of people. This includes measures to regularize undocumented immigrants, create pathways for temporary and seasonal workers, and provide opportunities for skilled migrants to contribute to the economy. Legrain also calls for better integration policies that support immigrants in becoming full participants in society. This includes language and vocational training, recognition of foreign qualifications, and efforts to combat discrimination and promote social cohesion. He stresses the importance of international cooperation in managing migration, arguing that immigration is a global issue that requires global solutions. Legrain suggests that countries should work together to create fair and effective immigration policies, share best practices, and support development in regions that are major sources of emigration. Review and critique. Legrain's Immigrants, Your Country Needs Them is a persuasive and well-argued book that challenges many of the assumptions and fears surrounding immigration. Legrain's background as an economist is evident in the thoroughness of his analysis and the clarity with which he presents data and arguments. The book is accessible to a broad audience, balancing rigorous economic analysis with personal stories and real-world examples. One of the strengths of the book is its balanced approach. Legrain acknowledges the challenges and concerns associated with immigration, but he systematically addresses them with evidence and reasoned arguments. This makes the book a valuable resource for policymakers, scholars, and anyone interested in understanding the complexities of immigration. However, the book is not without its limitations. Some critics might argue that Legrain downplays the cultural and social challenges of immigration, particularly in cases where there are significant differences between immigrants and the native population. While Legrain emphasizes the benefits of cultural diversity, he could have given more attention to the difficulties that can arise in the process of integration, especially in contexts where there is resistance from a host society. Another critique could be that the book's optimistic view of immigration might not fully account for the political realities and public sentiment in many countries. While Legrain provides a strong case for the economic and social benefits of immigration, changing public perceptions and political will is a more complex challenge that the book only briefly touches upon. In countries where there is significant opposition to immigration, the path to more open policies is not straightforward and requires careful consideration of public attitudes and political dynamics. Conclusion. Immigrants, Your Country Needs Them is a timely and important contribution to the debate on immigration. Philippe Legrain provides a compelling case for why countries should embrace immigration as a source of economic and social strength. By debunking myths and presenting a positive vision of immigration, Legrain challenges readers to rethink their views on one of the most pressing issues of our time. The book's thorough analysis, balanced perspective, and accessible writing make it an essential read for anyone interested in immigration, globalization, and the future of our societies. While it may not fully address all the challenges and complexities of immigration, it offers a valuable framework for understanding the issue and developing more effective and humane policies. Legrain's work reminds us that immigration is not just a policy issue but a human one, involving the lives and aspirations of millions of people. By approaching immigration with openness, empathy, and a commitment to evidence-based policies, countries can harness the full potential of immigrants to contribute to their economic prosperity and social vitality. This summary and review provide a comprehensive overview of Philippe Legrain's Immigrants, Your Country Needs Them, highlighting the book's key arguments, insights, and contributions to the immigration debate. If you would like to explore any specific aspect further or need additional information, feel free to ask.